Hello, welcome.
Hey guys.
We'll be getting started in just a minute as some more people start to come in and get used to the process. Thanks everybody for coming. You have made it to the first AMA in the Metaverse. Welcome new joiners.
Hey there. Good to see you all.
See a bunch of people popping in now.
Hi all, welcome to Metaverse. By the way, you can move around and jump as well.
Yeah, use WASD or the mouse to navigate.
You can do a reaction too, clicking hard. Live.
Yeah, if you press B, you'll get the emote.
Yeah, and use the WASD keys to walk around. W forward, S backward, A and D is side to side.
Hello.
Hey everyone. Good to see you all. Alright, we're going to start in the next couple of minutes.
Sounds good. Welcome all new members.
Alright, should we open the doors? Get everyone into the auditorium? What do you guys think? You ready?
Yes.
Alright, let's go. Let's open the doors. Let's get in the auditorium. Alright, come through, everyone. Come through. Walk in to the first Somnia Metaverse AMA. Alright, don't be shy. Come on, guys. Get you into the auditorium. It's WASD to walk around.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say as well. You could use your mouse also, if that's the keys are difficult for you.
Yeah, if you're on mobile, you should be able to click, and then when you click, your character will walk to where you.
While you all are getting in the auditorium. For those of you who don't know, we are Somnia. We are a L1 blockchain and set of omnichain protocols built to create the virtual society, connect metaverses and gaming and many ecosystems so they are compatible and interoperable. And the blockchain will be a high-speed blockchain that will be able to handle all of the transactions that are needed in metaverse applications, which are a lot more than most blockchains would typically need. Do we have anybody else we're waiting on, or should we get started?
Let's get started. Let's get the presentation up and let's get going.
Sounds good. Okay then, so yeah, as I just said, we are Somnia. Gave you the little breakdown of what we're all about and what we're building. So we just completed our Betanet phase, where we allowed everybody to mint their avatars and to basically test out the protocols a bit. So today, we're actually bringing you into the metaverse for the first time with our partner Indus, and thanks also to MSquared and Improbable for helping to make this possible. So let's get into some talk about the Betanet and how everything went. I want to ask Paul, how many avatars were minted and how many wallets? Actually, before I get into that, why don't we all introduce ourselves so the audience is familiar with us? I'll start, cool. I guess. I'm John Vibes. I'm the content lead for Somnia. I'll be hosting today. Not been in crypto for many years. Not too much. Don't want to get too deep into it. But let's turn to Paul. How about yourself?
Hey everyone. So my name is Paul. I'm the founder of the project Somnia. So can people hear me okay? If you press B on your keyboards, you should see a little emote roll. Can I get like a little thumbs up from people if you can hear me? So you press B. Nice. All right, cool. Good to see you all. John, who's going to next?
Yeah, so who wants to introduce yourself next? Dagan?
Yeah, let's go. Hey everyone, welcome to the first Metaverse AMA in Somnia. I'm Dagan, I'm the head of community at Somnia, and I've also been in crypto a long time, since 2016-17. You probably see me around Discord, Telegram, and the social channels, and I'm currently there trying to help people get into the event. So do ask any questions, stay till the end for the secret number, and I really hope you all have a lovely time.
All right, Michelle, how about you?
Hi everyone, nice to meet you in this metaverse. My name is Michelle. I'm the head of marketing. Welcome everyone. I'm excited to have these experiences, and this will be very first one, but we'll be having more virtual AMA and events coming through. Stay tuned.
How about Adele? You in here?
Yeah, hi guys. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay. Well, I'm the growth marketing lead over here, so I probably might have chatted to you guys on like social or...
Hi guys, I'm Adele. I'm the growth marketing lead over here, so I may have chatted to you quite a bit on Telegram perhaps. But yeah, super excited for our first ever AMA in the Metaverse.
Great. Our dev team is here as well. Ignacio, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi everyone, I'm Ignacio. I'm the head of engineering here at Somnia. I'm very glad to be here to get in touch with the community. We're doing a lot of cool stuff, and I'm very glad that you can get to see it.
Okay, and Francisco. Would you like to introduce yourself real quick?
Press V, Francisco.
He may need to go into settings and
Yeah, very low, but yeah, we can.
Press B.
we can come back to Francisco when he figures out how to get the speaker privileges in his settings. But that should just be just a moment. Let's see. We'll have him make an introduction once he comes in for his first topic. So let's ask Paul how many avatars were minted and how many wallets store in the beta nest or Betanet test.
Betanet test. Yeah, so if we go to the next slide. And the next slide after that, we go to the one with the avatars. Yeah, one after that. Yeah, this one. So yeah, so as you guys know, we've been running the Betanet for the past couple of weeks, and we've seen a really great response from the community. Like literally, we've had around 68,000 avatars created now, and around 45,000 wallets have been connected and made an avatar. So this is super hype and super good in terms of the number of people that have joined the Betanet, used the system, even though it's early. And we're really, really grateful for all the feedback. We know the avatars look a bit ugly at the moment. We'll be releasing some stuff soon to make them look prettier. But we're really pleased that the reception and the fact that you guys have all kind of got involved with the Betanet and started minting avatars. It's really cool to see the community getting involved.
Yeah, this was kind of a lot bigger of a response than we expected even, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we were hoping for like 10,000 or so. So the fact we got to like 68,000, 45,000 wallets is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll say. That's pretty good. So what did we learn from the Betanet? I think our dev team can tell us a little bit about that. Ignacio, do you want to take that question?
Yeah, sure. So we knew beforehand that the interoperability is an issue, and we found out like the way we made the avatars needed to have some tweaking, because the next step that we want to make is make the avatars that you guys minted compatible with this environment where we are currently in. So that's what we are working on right now. I mean, we also are working on scaling the systems, because as Paul mentioned, the response was so overwhelming and so amazing that sometimes we have some problems to keep up. But those are the main learnings. Those are our focuses right now.
Those are definitely good problems to have, I think. Were there any other challenges behind the scene? If Francisco is able to grab that now, then I'll let him have it. But if he's still having some technical difficulties, then we might have to let you take that one too, Ignacio.
Yeah, I think Ignacio should cover it. Francisco's having tech problems.
Yeah, I think I can cover for him. Francisco didn't got the presenter role. I don't know why. So some of the challenges that we have, as I was mentioning, was like the compatibility of the avatars with different systems, and also sometimes users get impatient while the NFT is minting. So we need a bit of time to process the avatars themselves. It's a bit of a heavy or complex process, and most of people is patient, but sometimes people just get out of the window or they close the browser, and therefore their avatar gets lost in the metaverse. So we're trying to speed that up and improve the process. But in the meantime, I would ask everyone to just like let the avatar mint, let it cook, and then it will show it up perfectly.
Good advice. Good advice. So how do you think the avatar creation process will improve for the next step, Paul?
Yeah, so we've got a few things brewing. So I think the first one is getting the avatars to work in these events. So we actually wanted to do that at this event, but we had some problems bringing the avatar and getting it all sorted. So in future events, you'll be able to bring the avatar you minted to all the events, which would be really cool. The next thing we're going to be doing is releasing a tool set that makes it so you can customize the avatar a bit more, get male avatars, female avatars, change the face a bit more. And then over the coming months, we're going to be running quests where you can customize the avatar with different themes. So we're doing like a beach party theme, a crypto theme. So you can have all different outfits and kind of customize your avatar. And the best one we'll be giving prizes to and stuff like that. So again, we're really kind of putting in a lot more investment and time into using the avatars across events and stuff.
Yeah, this is a growth process. So if you're experiencing all the early times, then that means you're early, and we all love that, don't we? So let's talk about some of the events that we have coming up. Michelle, do you want to talk about some of the events we have coming up and the possibilities for using the avatars there?
Yeah, sure. So I think this is very first event that we have, but there is a lot coming. So we have some exciting events coming up that I'd like to share with you. First of all, as a Korean, I'm proud to announce that there will be 2 more virtual K-pop concert coming. Our supporter MSquared recently hosted successful album listing twice by Cosmopop. You can check out in this video. Can you show us the video, please?
Yeah, this is an example of the quality of event and the number of people that are possible in these experiences.
Yes, so we also have the events partnership with Edison, who has created some global game experiences that I think you guys are gonna love it. But you can also see this video to preview what sort of events will be coming.
And this is a part of the world that we're in now. It's a very gamified experience, as you can see. And there are actually quite a few different games and experiences with Edison.
Yeah, we can't really share any details yet, but there are many events like this will come very, very soon. You can pause the video. Cool, yeah. Additionally, there will be new Victory League events. So previously had an event for Clash of fans and had an Arsenal and Chelsea fans to this virtual events of chaotic events that has happened. So please be prepared for this like big events that happening. For that, all the avatars that you have created using Somnia Betanet, you can upgrade your avatar to be Metaverse ready. And this sort of all the avatar you created that come to events. So keep an eye on us and be ready for the upcoming announcement. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, that was great. I hope that gives everybody kind of just a preview of what's possible. So, let's see here. Yeah, and actually, let's talk a little bit about that, the quality and scale of the events and how they compare to Metaverse experiences in the past or even ones that are, available now. Paul, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I go for that. So I think you guys are currently seeing it now, right? We're in one of these events. So there's kind of a few things that are different to a lot of metaverses that are out there today. So I think the first one is obviously the graphical fidelity you're seeing here. It's pretty high level of graphics. This is all built on top of Unreal in the back end, but we use cloud streaming so you can access it with any device. So that's another thing that's like really, really interesting, that anyone can access these events from any device, be that a mobile, be that a low-powered laptop, or be that a gaming PC. The next thing, as you kind of saw from those videos there, is the high scale. So the real differentiator is you can have thousands of people in the same space at the same time. So we've done events with sports, with music, where you have these large stadiums and you can have thousands of people and have like a crowd chanting, which is a really kind of cool metaversal experience. And then I think the final thing that's really different to a lot of other platforms is we're very open and inclusive. So all of these metaverses, they can have their own currencies, they can have their own NFTs. We don't control them in any way. They're completely sovereign and completely in control of how they run themselves. So I think for me, that's also a really important part that we're building towards.
Yeah, that's super exciting. And speaking of things that we're building towards, we have a new product, I guess you could say, coming out soon, called the Metaverse Browser. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and how it will work?
Yeah. If we go to the next slide. So this is a little picture of the Metaverse Browser that we'll be launching next week. So it will be a little bit more MVP than this, just to set expectations. But essentially what this will be is a executable you can run on your machine, and you'll be able to see everything to do with the Somnia network on there. You'll be able to see upcoming events, you'll be able to customize your avatar, you'll be able to see all the upcoming quests with the points, and really we're kind of making a one-stop shop where you can see everything to do with Somnia and all of the events and NFTs that are associated with it. The vision here is really around making this accessible for anyone. So behind the scenes, when you log into the browser, it creates a crypto wallet for you. But you as an end user don't need to have a MetaMask and do all the complex stuff that you'd normally do with Web3. That's done for you kind of magically behind the scenes. So it's really aimed at kind of getting normies involved in the crypto scene and kind of getting them onboarded to the blockchain and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited about this. I will set expectations. The release next week will be early, but I'm very excited to build this out to kind of gain more access and make it more accessible to go to these events and to use crypto stuff.
Yeah, that's super exciting because anything that helps onboard people into Web3 is definitely good. So is there anything else that we can expect from the Metaverse Browser? I'll turn to the dev team and see if they have anything to add there. Ignacio, I think you might be the...
Yeah, I'm on. So on the Metaverse Browser, the idea is basically that we are going to gather all the dApps and all the things that we are preparing for the Somnia ecosystem. So same thing as you go right now to the Betanet webpage to mint your avatar, you will be able to do the same right from the Metaverse Browser. And those will be like Metaverse compatible, as we call them, from the get-go. So you will be able to use them on this experience. You will also be able to get into these Ask Me Anything from the Metaverse Browser and lots of other things that we have in the pipeline right now.
Awesome. And I think there's one part of the Metaverse Browser that I think people will definitely be very excited about, and that is more quests. So, Dagan, do you want to talk about some of the quests that'll be involved with the Metaverse Browser?
Yeah, absolutely. So firstly, I'd like to say that we are super happy about the success of our previous Into the Dream campaigns. We've been doing quests with Galaxy, Zeely, and then Guild recently as well. And here's some alpha that we're only giving away in this call, but I'll announce it to the community later. But the quest on the current leaderboard Season 1 will be coming to a close on May the 8th. And that means that Season 2 will begin with the launch of Metaverse Browser, We don't know when that will be exactly, but it will launch sometime in May, this month. And so with the Metaverse Browser, like the quest systems that we currently have will level up. So we're going to have quests from all different platforms. You'll be able to access them and see everything in the browser. And we'll also have weighted quests. So we'll weight your points based on certain actions and things you have in your wallet, things you do. More info on that as we get to that stage. But it's super, super exciting. There'll be many seasons. There'll be like big high quality point systems and lots of ways for you to kind of show that you are really getting involved with the project. You're here early with us and you're helping us build for a big future where people can create these sorts of worlds for themselves. So yeah, keep an eye out.
Nice. Awesome with the alpha there. So another question that everybody loves to ask is about marketing and when marketing. Well, as you can tell, we already started with the marketing, but what plan do we have for the next phases, Michelle?
Yes, I always get questions like when marketing, but the marketing's happening all the time, guys. So since we're having the next phase of the quest and community activation will be our main goal ongoing. And obviously we want to incentivize all the community members while we are unlocking new regions, new community members, with collaborating with different partners and different influencers, different conferences, and media and etc. There's obviously a lot of things that we can't really talk about yet because there is a lot of PR-worthy uses coming very soon happening. So I'm talking about really, really soon. Big news is coming, and we are going to push that news ongoing while we are participating a lot of different conferences too. One is happening in a month, which is Consensus. So if any of the community coming to Consensus, we'll be happy to meet there. And next prices of the content, we are going to focus on the fastest EVM L1 Somnia blockchain. So we'll be releasing a lot of new articles and information about how we can be leading this scene, this industry having the fastest EVM chain. So yeah, so keep an eye on us, and thanks for the participant here. Since we already talked about conference, maybe we can talk about our previous conferences with Dagan. Dagan recently come to Token 2049, and can you share some feedbacks? How did you feel about it? We are quite actually amazed by how many people loved our branding, merches. We had a lot of good feedback through different people, projects that we are actually doing great job. But Dagan, do you want to share anything here?
Sure, thank you, Michelle. So we've been at quite a few conferences lately. We were at NFT NYC, we did an event with many different NFT projects. Moonbirds were one of the big names there. And at Token 2049, where I was recently, we had fantastic response to what we're building. People were really excited about our vision and seamlessly connecting different worlds. And I think what excited people the most was the prospect of a more intuitive experience across different metaverses, supported by our chain, our layer 1 EVM chain's capacity to handle hundreds of thousands of transactions per second. We had a lot of feedback from gaming projects asking how they can integrate, how they can bring their NFTs and their different material over to Somnia, and what opportunities are available for devs that want to build projects on top of Somnia. Even like people that can put entire companies on top of Somnia, for example, like marketplaces once we have commerce and everything. There's lots of initial excitement, and we're here to kind of nurture and build towards what these people want. And also to make Somnia as seamless as possible for people to integrate and us to people to create stuff on top. So overall, great initial response. We also did side events. We did an event with the Pudgy Penguin community, and we're looking to do as many kind of partnerships with these projects going forward. But yeah, keep an eye out for when those things actually go live, and if we can time anything. I think there'll be many more events from here on out, and I'm excited to kind of share the growth and things we build with the community as we go every step along the way. Thank you.
Great, great. So let's talk a little bit about the roadmap. What are the next steps that the community can expect in the future, Paul?
Yeah, so as we kind of already talked about, the next thing we're coming out with in kind of early May is the Metaverse Browser. So that will kind of start a new set of quests and kind of be a desktop app to make it super easy to access the Somnia network, create your avatars, have events in there. The next thing we'll be releasing is what we call the Playground. So for people that have read the Codex, this basically is kind of a space that you can customize and create your own little part of the metaverse. It's almost like your own little home space where you can kind of build objects, put objects in there, and then invite people round. So you could build like a little concert in there, you could build like a mini game, or you could just build a place to hang out with your friends. So this is kind of the start of us giving you creator tools to build your own little space, and then also having a kind of object economy that people create objects, use those objects in those spaces, and then eventually combine and sell those objects. So that will hopefully will be coming out in May. The next major milestone is the DevNet. So this is the kind of first version of the blockchain, which we'll be releasing as a DevNet. That, in terms of timeline, we can't say exactly. There's a bit of kind of wobble there. We're looking at end of Q3, but when there's no promises in terms of exactly when that'll come out. So the DevNet will have a kind of bare bones feature set. There'll be a set of quests around kind of using the DevNet, using the faucet, trading, stuff like that. But that's kind of the major milestone we're looking for there. We'll then roll that into a testnet later in the year, probably at the back half of 2024, where we'll be looking at releasing the testnet. That will be similar to the DevNet in terms of functionality for you guys, but will be a lot more battle hardened and tested. And we'll also be having a much broader set of validators. We'll probably be looking at 20 or so validators running across that testnet. We'll also have a lot more partnerships with wallet providers, indexes, stuff like that as well, which will be rolling out across that time. So the DevNet will be the first time where you guys can like see the chain live in public, see the performance characteristics, and the testnet is when we'll be hardening that and getting it ready for prime time.
Awesome. Sounds like we got some exciting times ahead. So yeah, I think probably we could move on to community questions now, and then at the end we can wrap up with how people can get involved. So when will we be able to use NFTs to experience the Somniaverse? This is a question from username Vietfamna.
I can go through this. So basically, we're already behind the scenes working with some NFT projects in the space, which you'll see some announcements about soon. Not going to tell you when, maybe today. That basically will allow you to have any NFTs that you've already bought and use them as 3D avatars or objects within the Somniaverse. So any kind of metaverse or experience on top of Somnia, you'll be able to use that there. The NFTs that you guys have already minted, those will be OG NFTs, which you'll be able to use as avatars within the Somniaverse, but also will give you boosts for future quests. And we'll be releasing more information about how those NFT works and how you get those boosts later when we talk about Season 2.
Great. So I think I might leave you on for this one too, because this seems to be like something I've heard you talk about in the past. Is Somnia's Layer 1 competitor Monad? I saw the CEO of Improbable tweeting about Monad and comparing it with Somnia. This is a question from username Foo.
Yeah, that's a pretty spicy tweet by Herman. So the TLDR here is Somnia is a layer 1, Monad is a layer 1. They're both super high performance layer 1s. Monad can do 10,000 transactions per second. We can do a few 100,000 transactions, so we should be faster. So yeah, we are competitors, but I ultimately don't see the space as zero sum. I think we're focused much more on kind of gaming in the metaverse, whilst they're probably much more focused around DeFi. So we're kind of going after slightly different markets. and the approach we're taking as well is very different. Monad have taken a kind of parallel processing approach, which we think is interesting, but has some technical challenges. Whilst what we've done is basically sped up individual threads for the blockchain and made like one super fast thread rather than lots of different threads. So we've taken a different approach architecturally as well, which we think will scale better and be better for the ecosystem. But yeah, I'm very, very impressed with the Monad guys. Their project is really cool. Their community is awesome. So yeah, all hats off to them.
Very, very interesting stuff. So, CryptoPunk8432 asks, how many tokens will be allocated for the community in mainnet? Who wants to take that one?
I can take that one. Even though we want to share this number, but we haven't released our token information yet, there will be a new campaign around when our tokenomics is live. But Somnia is built for community, built for creators, built for builders. We like to assure that a lot of percentage of our tokens goes to the community, because at the end of the day, imagine that this metaverse with no users is not a good project. We are handling hundreds of thousand transactions per second, needs for millions of users. We want to distribute daily for all the contributor for Somnia. And definitely we're gonna share much more information later on. So thanks for that.
Yeah, that's a good answer there. So what is the timeline from, I think we might have already answered this, but what is the timeline from here on out, testnet, mainnet, and how confident are we in that timeline? That is a question from Khalid.
Yeah. So I already kind of covered this. I think in terms of the confidence part of that, the reason why we haven't been public with the timelines yet and kind of got a roadmap page on the website and stuff like that is we're still kind of working through getting to like a high confidence level such that we can talk about that completely publicly and put it on the website and like publish it. I think over the next kind of like month to 6 weeks, we'll get a lot more clarity and kind of be able to start being more concrete with the timelines, and then we'll publish them on the website and do stuff like that. So for now, I'd say the timeline has some uncertainty from what I've said from before, and we're getting more confident as every week goes by as the engineering team build more stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely good to know, and that's a understandable question, but it's also one of those things with programming. It's always unexpected. Whatever happens. So I think our next question is going to be about Galaxy and the Quest programs. TG asks, what other Quest programs will we have other than Galaxy? Dagan, I think you might be a good one to answer that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I covered it a bit earlier, but as well as Galaxy, we're currently doing quests on Zeely and on Guild, right? But as we go into the next stage of the project's lifecycle and we release the Metaverse Browser, we will begin doing a lot of different kind of quests on there. Those quests will pull in from the current quest programs we're doing, so we'll use the kind of backend from Galaxy Zeely. But we'll also be doing kind of remixing it and adding kind of extra conditions and extra ways of getting different points. And you will kind of collect your points within that Metaverse Browser later. So, you will kind of be at a glance, you'll be able to see all the different events you can attend, you'll be able to see what's going on in Somnia, but also your quests and your points. And then so very exciting. And while I'm talking about quests and all of that stuff, there's currently a quest ongoing about a certain secret number. And I might as well reveal it now. That number is 520-520. To you, John. 520.
Okay. All right, great. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people were waiting for that one. Night Trader 24 asks, will Somnia have chat feature with the avatars? I think that's kind of what we're doing right now, to some extent. But is there anybody who on the team who might want to elaborate on that?
Maybe text chat.
Maybe text chat. Yeah. if we get when we get to the playground, which is going to be one of the first features of the Metaverse browser, you would be able to at least have text chat, as Diane mentioned, on the with all the people that's connected to the same space. So yeah, we could say that that's as well on the pipeline.
All right, sounds good. And for our final question here, we have a true degen question, which I'm not sure if we're going to be able to answer. This is from Cursuzes. Hopefully I got that right. Will the Somnia token be deflationary? And if so, how would you achieve this?
That's a great question. I'll take this question. So at the moment, the token's design is fixed supply with no deflationary mechanics. So we can't obviously go into loads of detail about the token design at the moment, but when we're more public about that, you can see it all. But one of the things that we can decide to do is burn some of the tokens at certain points in the system cycle. So when we release the tokenomics, you can learn more about that. But at the moment, there's no deflationary tokenomics in the design. It is a fixed supply token. But there may be mechanisms that could allow that.
Great. Yeah, that's very exciting and definitely an interesting question. So you talked mostly about the quest, but is there any other ways that people can get involved with the Somnia community, Dagan?
Yeah. No, okay, we're back. Yes, there are many different ways. So as well as the quest that we're doing, there are ways of getting points and collecting points for nice rewards in the future. You may also come and actually talk to the team and hang out with us and give us feedback on both the product and the other kind of marketing campaigns we're doing. And the best way to do that is to hop into our Discord channel. We've got different channels for general Betanet feedback, and we're going to be having channels for people with different roles in the community later, so private channels. But also, yeah, we're always looking for feedback there. Our moderators are really active. I'm there quite often. And then you can also head into our other channels, like Telegram. We're always there too. The language channels are really good. We have a regional ambassadors, and they're always active and available to speak to the community. And then Reddit as well, and many, many other places. If you go on our Linktree, which is in the information channels in Telegram and in Discord, you can see all the different places that Somnia is active. But yeah, there are many ways to get involved and talk to us. We do understand that right now, as we're in the earlier stage of the project, there's not so much you can do interactive-wise. But as we release more features of the product, the Metaverse Browser, the playground, we'd love feedback on what we're building. And then that way we can learn who to optimize for. So yeah. Also, you can become an ambassador, and we currently have applications open for people to join. And we're actually reviewed and taken on quite a few people. So if you're here and interested in the team, definitely apply for that too. Or submit some content. But yeah, that's how you can get involved. And if you'd like to learn more, always come and chat to me. You can say hi in Discord or in Telegram. Thanks.
Amazing.
I'm looking at chat currently, and there's a lot of questions has been shared previously. So maybe we can talk about those right now.
Okay, yeah, sure. Where are you seeing the other questions?
In the chat. So, gaming with Mafia as can Somniaverse provide something like we can make our own store in the Metaverse, showcase NFT which we hold, and that's exactly we are doing for Playground. So another question previously shared was, what can you do in the Playground? Paul, can you share more information about Playground, please?
Yeah. So in the playground, the first release, you'll basically be able to choose from a few different spaces, and then you'll be able to log in there, use your avatar, invite your friends. So that's the initial release, which is basically your own little space inside the metaverse. Later, we'll enable you to put down objects which are linked to NFTs in there. So say you owned a pudgy penguin, you could put a pudgy penguin down in your space. and invite your friends to see that, or you could put a piece of art on the wall, or you could equip it as an avatar. So that kind of playground would be a place which you can customize, put all your NFTs, show them off to your friends, do whatever kind of you want. But basically, it's a completely flexible, open, customizable space that you as an end user can do whatever you want with it.
Awesome. So I'm seeing another question asking what sets us apart from other projects in our niche. I would say we're kind of creating a niche of our own, but Paul, you've probably spoken about this a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things, right? So at the blockchain level, the major thing is the performance characteristics of that blockchain. So normally EVM-based blockchains can do like 10, 100, maybe 1,000 transactions per second. Our blockchain can do, currently in early tests, 400,000 transactions per second. That is a lot faster, which means that millions of people can interact on-chain, trading, having logic, all in real time, all together, which is a massive change to what you can currently do in the industry, and we think is going to be a massive game changer. The other thing is our protocols that we're creating are going to enable interoperability across metaverse events like this one. So you'll be able to take your avatars, your objects, and move between different events and different experiences, giving you kind of a metaversal self and a metaversal presence, which again is not a thing today. If you think about an application like Sandbox or Decentraland, you can only really use those assets in there. We're going to enable you to use them across many, many different experiences. The final thing I think is the way we are very open. We're all about enabling creators and builders to build content that they own and can use wherever, whenever, which I think is a big differentiator and big difference in how we're going to market compared to a lot of other people in the space. And then obviously there's this stuff as well, right? This graphics, getting all these people together, getting all this stuff together, I think is another thing for having these high fidelity events that not a lot of other people in the space have. So again, that's another point that I think is a differentiator.
Perfect. And we have another question coming through live just now. Is the project specifically built for selected people, or everyone around the world can get involved? And what partnership should the community look forward to? I could probably answer that. So yeah, this is we're trying to make this as accessible as possible, so you could even access this from a smartphone, and you don't need virtual reality gear as a lot of people think about the metaverse. And as far as partnerships go, we have a very big one coming very, very soon. Very soon, for sure. Paul, would you have anything to add there?
Yeah, I can't link the partnerships there. I'll get in trouble. But stay tuned. Something might be announced today/tomorrow.
Yeah. Did somebody else just try to speak? Okay, then I'm looking through. I think those were the main questions that I could find. Did you see anything else, Michelle?
Someone was asking about Somnia DAO. Can we talk about some DAO governance here?
Yeah, I can talk about that. So the plan in terms of, so to be clear, the governance model of Somnia is not fully baked and fully designed yet. We're kind of working through with the community, with a load of people on how to do that. Because the interesting thing about Somnia is you have all of these metaverses, you have all these creators, you have a lot of different people involved at different levels. And so we need to think through how we kind of create a governance structure that makes sense. But the vision behind the project is for it to become decentralized in its governance. I don't personally believe that a DAO, in terms of the traditional DAO of one token, one vote, is the best model. I think some kind of system where people who have, say, content creators, they're in charge of how new content creation tools, how we invest money there. Metaverses, they're in charge of the experience tools and how we invest money there. So I kind of think of it as like different people in the ecosystem kind of governing different parts of it, rather than just everyone one token, one vote, and that's everything. But the vision behind the project is to have decentralized governance and to roll that out gradually over time. Because the other thing that you have to be careful of with DAOs, in my opinion, is that you can make the project move very slowly. So you have to roll that out carefully and not just kind of go from day one in a DAO, because then we would be able to move fast enough.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Very insightful. So did anybody else see any thing that we can answer coming through on the live feed? Oh, actually, I'm seeing some just came through as you were answering that. Can we create our own events? And for instance, if the community voted or if something can be chosen on the fly? Yeah, that's one of the things that we'll be offering, is that people will be able to create their own events and experiences. But not just that, you'll be able to sell components of your events and experiences that you create, and then others will be able to kind of reformat, recompose, and make it their own, but just a lot easier. Did anybody else want to add on to that?
And I think it's pretty good. I think, yeah, as John said, the vision is to create a kind of UGC economy where anyone can create an event, create components, and create objects and recompose those together. So yeah, totally.
Somebody asked about the girl avatars. They are coming very soon. We are working on more customization to the avatars, and you'll be able to have it look more in the presentation that you want. So yeah, it will come very soon. We're working on that behind the scenes. It's coming very soon. Any other questions from the community while we have time? Let's see. A lot of people. The secret code is 520 for anybody who are having problems with that. Why Somnia? Is there something behind this name? So it's involved with dreaming, and I think on our team. Does anybody want to take that and give a little bit more of a in-depth explanation of our name?
So Somnia is coming.
Sorry, Michelle, you go.
Yeah, Paul, we should do it, because coming from this game, right?
Yeah. So I think the reason for Somnia is it's about dreams and kind of dreaming. And so Somnia is the ancient Roman god of dreams. And so when we think about the metaverse, we think it's like a place where you can kind of live your dreams. You can do whatever you want to do. And so that's why we picked something that was associated with dreaming. It's also got funny relationships with product names that we're going to be using in the future. So if you look at all of the Roman gods of sleep, they're called the Somnia. You can find out more about potential future product names. But yeah, it's all about dreams basically, and that's what we kind of think about when we think about the metaverse, and that's why we chose the name.
Yeah, that's definitely, it seems like a lot of people were curious about that. So it looks like we're kind of coming up close on our time for a full hour here. Let's see. The code was 520. If nobody heard that, a lot of people are asking, but I'm sure you'll be able to find that. Okay, so if nobody else on the team has anything to add, I'll just say that I'll repeat that you should definitely check out our socials, our Discord, our quests, and stay tuned for the Metaverse Browser. Does anybody else on the team have anything to add?
I like to say that there is a big NFT ecosystem coming to Somnia very soon. That's a big news that's going to happen. But besides that, thanks for coming this event. I know that this is quite hard. This is not easy as joining Twitter Spaces. So I'd like to thank for all the efforts that you guys made it here. And we'd love to see you again in Metaverse. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. It's awesome to see people here in the Metaverse. Thanks for dealing with the technical difficulties as well. I hope you had a good time. Hope you learned something. See you all in Discord.
Yes, and thanks also to our partners, the Improbable, MSquared, and Indus.
Yeah, let's get some hearts and claps. Let's go.
Amazing. Thank you for coming. I hope you like the event.